All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Tuesday. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? It's all my fault. Dogecoin hits 12 cents and it's all Kriss's fault. I'll take it. Hey, I was busy. I had two Christmas parties. On Monday. So couldn't be here with you guys. But I'm here now. So what are we going to do? We're going to go up? We're going to go down? We're going to chop around sideways. What is going on? What's going on with Dogecoin? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with ETH? And who's predicting what? So let's get into it. Hey, everybody. I'm Kriss. Welcome to the KrissPax channel. Today on KrissPax Live, what happens from here? Nobody knows. All those people saying, "Oh, Kriss, you're wrong." I was like, I'm wrong. How can I be wrong about something that hasn't happened? How can I be wrong about something that hasn't even happened yet? It's like, okay, well, we'll see how that goes. But you know what? The predictions are all over the place. They're absolutely all over the place. We got extended cycle, super cycle, bear market, and a lot of choppiness. That's what we got. So what is going on? We start with this. Look, Bitcoin's path forward from Colin Talks Crypto. And it's like a relief rally. Huh? Who else was talking relief rally? Maybe, Kriss. I've been talking about a relief rally for like a month. At least a month. People are just coming on board saying, oh yeah, relief rally. Yeah, maybe. I like how Colin says, though, I drew this sketch up with a rough guess of the upcoming Bitcoin path. Asterisk, I expect this to be wrong, right? I expect this to be wrong. I mean, if he says it right up front, it's like, because we don't know what's going to happen. I expect this to be wrong. So he's front running the trolls. They're going to tell him he's wrong by saying, I expect this to be wrong. The odds of guessing the market path this far into the future, nearly impossible. I would say, yeah, not nearly. It is impossible. But hey, we come out here and we talk about what's going on in the market, what's happened in the past, and we look at the little signs, right? The little signs, like little news events, little nuggets about what could affect price in the future. So basically, Colin's saying, look, shoulder, head, shoulder, breakdown, right around 64K. Huh, interesting. That'll be right to the weekly 200 moving average, somewhere around there in the middle of 2026. That's pretty close to my prediction right there. That's it. And I'm targeting not mid 26. I'm targeting like specifically like September 5th. September 5th. So what do you think, guys? Doge going to zero? You think it's worth it? What the hell is this guy talking about? With the number one. Oh, wait. You can't fool me. I figured it out. No. You can't be tricking like that. What if one of the other wrenches ended up like booting you? Then what would happen? You'd feel pretty bad, wouldn't you? You'd feel really bad. So be careful trying to be cheeky. Be careful. Anyway, I see the upcoming relief rally in Q1 2026 as being the last time one can decently take profits before the bear market hits in full force. And that's what I see as well. Something very similar to this, except my price prediction of the bottom of the bear market is September 5th. Why September 5th, 2026, you ask? It's just a date. It's just a date. Doesn't mean anything. So we start with something that's pretty close to what I've been talking about here. Although I don't believe in the reverse head and shoulder or the regular head and shoulder thing. I don't believe in that. I just believe in the price movement because the price is what it is, not because of that. Plan B asks, look, why is Bitcoin not pumping? Because 50% is selling. The OGs traumatized by 2021, technical investors looking at the RSI, the 4-year cycle fans expecting a bear. While there are some who are buying, we got some fundamental investors, we got some TradFi, we got some banks. Hey, I don't think the banks are really buying. I think the banks are really just allowing custody of crypto, and they're setting up for stable coins. They're not buying, especially Bitcoin. Banks aren't buying Bitcoin. I still can't believe people are just, oh God, all the negativity. It's just like, I can't deal. I can't deal. Just done. The Titan of Crypto says, look, let's look at the Wyckoff method. The Wyckoff method. Here we go. The Wyckoff method going all the way back to 2022. Is this where we are? Where we're going to have a big dump and then a secondary dump similar to what the Wyckoff method shows? Really? Are we going to follow that again? Ugh. I hope this doesn't play out. I don't want to see trading play out according to a Wyckoff method. I don't want to see that. But that would be bear. That would be full bear. So, yep. Trader Tardigrade on Bitcoin is expecting a run because of patterns, right? That's what Alan looks at. He looks at patterns, and the pattern he sees is actually a higher low from September 2024 to April 2025 to now. It is a higher low. And so just charting, take out the 4-year cycle, take out all these bear market thoughts, and it's just like bounce, 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 and we go higher. You take all that other stuff out and just look at the pattern, and Alan's like, hey, this could actually bounce and go higher. New all-time high. I sure hope this is right, somebody says. It's like, yeah. Merlin saying altcoins not looking good. The final squeeze is on for altcoins. The market cap is coiling into a brutal downtrend. Support is holding for now. If the triangle breaks, we could see a 30% flush down. Another flush down for alts, because alts are continue to get crushed, except for the, one or two that goes up a little bit. But yeah, it's just too much. Yeah, we'll just deal with that shit. I can't deal with the stuff. Those weren't boots. They were just timeouts. Just 24-hour timeouts. I'll deal with it tomorrow. So alts are not looking great. Many predicting alt season, many still predicting big runs for alts, big turnarounds and stuff. But the market isn't looking at that. It's just not looking at that. So Merlin the trader, Bitcoin's final shakeout, the reversal starts here. In other words, a little bit more of a dip to flush out more, and then we rip. So, I mean, the predictions are like all over the place. All over the place. Dan Crypto, he's got it right. Liquidity hunts everywhere. In an indecisive market like we are in the past few weeks, liquidity is more important than ever. At the base of all these BART moves lies a lack of liquidity. One side oversteps, it gets hunted, taken out by the market makers. It's not just me talking about this stuff. It's not the market. It's not just me, right? And we can go and we can look at all the liquidations that are happening, another $275 million over the past 24 hours of liquidations, and it just continues. Oh, Kriss, stop talking about stupid liquidations and market makers. That's not how, no, it is. It is. It is how it works. Welcome to crypto. If you don't like it, just sell your crypto and go buy some bonds. But that is how it is. It is how it is. It continues. And what's with the whole Bart Simpson thing? Well, I made one for Dogecoin, and it's just so true. It's like it's these continuing, repeating Bart Simpson patterns. Every time there's a run, it chops around and then it dumps. We get another run, it chops around and it dumps. Get another run, it chops around and it dumps. And another run, it chops around and then it dumps. And another run, it chops around. You get the picture? You get the picture? Takes out the shorts, takes out the longs, takes out the shorts, takes out the longs, takes out the shorts, takes out the longs. That's the game they're playing. That's the game they're playing. Welcome to Bart Simpson. Now, if you follow me on X, even if I don't have a live stream, you can keep up with what I'm thinking. So please follow me over there on X at KrissPax. The original, the one, the only. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support. Yes, liquidity hunts are everywhere. Liquidity hunts. We've got the Bank of Japan confirmed. I don't know if it's confirmed, but it's like a 98% chance now that they are going to increase interest rates to 75 basis points in 3 days. What do you think is going to happen on Friday? Are you ready for the next dump? No, what they're going to do is they're going to pump the price and then dump it, and yet another Bart Simpson pattern will form, because that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. Believe in the Bart, right? Believe in the Bart, because it's going to happen again at the end of this week. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. In this morning's video, did you watch this morning's video? I still do make videos, you know. I'm not only live streams. I do videos. Did you watch it? That's another good video. I showed this. The stochastic RSI is oversold on the Doge Weekly. We are oversold. The last time we oversold, we pumped. The time before that, we pumped. The time before that, we pumped. I still think there's a relief rally coming that's going to pump the stochastic RSI, the stock RSI. It's going to pump. I still think that's coming. I don't think there's going to be an all-time high. I don't think it's going to 48 cents. But there's always the wild card out there for Doge. And time again, we have seen that play out. And it's just about time again. It's just about time. But meanwhile, the fear and greed index is back down to 11, extreme fear. Yesterday we were at 16. Last week we're at 22. But last month we were down at 10. So we're getting back down in Bitcoin to extreme fear. Extreme fear for the crypto market. That's not good. Do you know who else is a bear? Ben Cowan. Remember Ben Cowan? Remember all these guys that used to come on this channel and talk about remember Lord Cowan, right? Lord Cowan, who has been wrong so many times, but yet he keeps correcting himself and he moves the goalposts, right? We didn't get that second run of Bitcoin dominance up to 66. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So, yeah. What does Ben Cowan have to say? Are you ready? Listen up. This is 1 minute long. Listen up to what Lord Cowan has to say.
It's not our first bear market. It certainly won't be our last bear market. And it's just something that we have to accept. Trade the market you have, not the market that you want. So while we have a classic case of the bear market blues, just remember, long-term, all the money is actually made in the bear markets, right? As I said yesterday, the real money that was made this cycle was the people who bought in late 2022. Okay, it wasn't the people that YOLO'd in at like 70K. It was the people that got in at 15K. So in order to set those opportunities up, well, at some point, you have to have the bear market. And unfortunately, that's just where we are now. But again, I think the longer you're in the markets, you just kind of start to accept each part of the cycle and, just treat it for what it is, right? None of us can control it. There's not a thing any of us can do about it other than to just respect the market that we are given at any specific time. It's not our first bear market. It certainly won't be our last bear.
All right. So there you go. What is Lord Ben saying? What's he saying? He's saying bear market. But the other interesting thing here that he did say was, you make money by buying at the bottom of the bear market, which means, guess what we're going to turn into? We're going to turn into bears. We're going to follow along, and then we're going to buy the bottom again. We're going to buy the bottom again. I did it once. I was profitable. I was profitable. So everybody bitching and complaining, I'm just like, where were you 2 years ago when Kriss was buying the bottom? Well, it was 3. That's when I made the decision. And by 2.5 years ago, I was continuing to buy, scrape the bottom, buying Doge at 6 cents, right? When you buy Doge at 6 cents and then you start selling at 42 cents, right? You make profit. So everybody who's all complaining about Dogecoin, they were buying at 42 cents when I was selling at 42 cents. You can't blame Kriss for that. Now, I know a lot of you just held and held and held. For that, you're going to be around tripping again, probably. Maybe there was a little greed there, right? You thought, well, it's going to go higher eventually. I mean, all of the charts were saying that, right? But if you don't take your profits along the way, right? Take your chips, take some chips off the table, right? Even if it went higher, you're still in profit. Still in profit. So, and that's what we have. Now, is Dogecoin going to go up from here? Is Bitcoin going to go up from here? I don't know. It's totally out of my hands. It's all in the market makers, right? We're going to see Bart Simpson patterns is what I'm predicting. Bart Simpson patterns will continue. What do you do about it? You ride along, you ride the wave up and down. We'll try and continue to chart it out. whether we see higher lows from here or whether it bleeds down lower. For everybody asking me to predict, well, how low will Dogecoin go? I don't have any idea. Now, we can guess, right? And that's one of those things that some people are starting to do, right? Is use their little Fibonacci lines, right? You do your Fibonacci line and it'll tell you what the dip will be. No, they're never right. The fibs are never right because in hindsight, you can manipulate the points that you choose to make your fib lines to justify your thoughts. That's it. So I don't follow those. But we could, right? We could go out and we could say, okay, again, it's not the market we want, but it's the market we have. And you can take this last dip here, right? And you can go and you can say, oh, okay, we'll just run that up to there. I can do fib lines too, guys. You're not going to like it. Oh, you're not going to like that. 1.7 cents, guys. 1.7 cents. You're not going to like that. That's what the fib line says Dogecoin is going to drop to. 1.7 cents. This is why I don't do fibs. I don't do fibs. Because they're ridiculous. They don't take into account all the sentiment and like where everybody bought and who's in profit and who isn't and all of that. So, yeah. 1.7 cents. Gifts, yes. Crypto dogs, absolutely. That would be gift. No, it's lower than that, right? Well, that's a decision you have to make. Challenge accepted. If you think you're like you believe in like Lord Colin here and the price is going to go down. Now, he's not saying to sell, right? He's not saying sell. He's saying this is the market we have, not the market we wanted. What you do about it is up to you, right? What you do about it is up to you. I don't think Dogecoin's going down to 1.7. I mean, the lowest it hit back in 2022 at the last bear market, it was 4.95. 4.95. There's a lot of support lines between there and here, right? 9.5 is the big one that I've identified, which was the October 10th flash crash, right? 9.5 on Binance. Binance is the one that rules, right? 9.5 cents. So that's what I've called. Will I be wrong? Yes, I will be wrong, right? Just like Colin said on his, like, I am probably wrong, but not a fortune teller. But that's what the fib line says. If you want to see what the retrace is, it's 1.7 cents. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's just there for reference. Just for reference, putting that out there. So let's look at some Q&A. How you guys doing? Doing all right? We're at 13 cents right now. We were down at 12.69 yesterday morning, 12.69. That was tough. Even in the flash crash, the lowest was 9.5. Mr. Cheese Danish, 9.5. Hi, Gene. I bought more Dogecoin and Pepe the other day. Doge was at 12 cents. If it goes down to a cent, I will buy more. There you go. Ryan says, I used to like fibs, and now you see the reality of fibs, right? Charts, technical analysis, doesn't matter. Not even at this moment. Never. Geomortal, never. No. What rules is the heat maps, right? The heat maps rule because 9 times out of 10, I call future prices almost exact by looking at the heat maps, right? Bitcoin's going to come back down to 86K. It's going to come back down to 86K. It's going to take out that long leverage. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. They took out some shorts here with the little pump. They did get some shorts. But that's what the aim of the game. Bart Simpson, right? Take out the shorts, take out the longs, right? Take out the shorts, take out the longs, take out the shorts. And what's next? Taking out the longs down to 86K. That's what I say. Let's look at Doge. I know there's all these big shorts up here, right? Look at them up at 14 cents, right? Huge amount of shorts on Dogecoin, 14 cents. They're winning right now. This is at like 14.3, 14.4, right? But what have they been doing? Right? They come up, take out shorts, drop, take out longs. Come up, take shorts, drop, take out the longs. Rinse and repeat again and again and again. But the market is really led more by Bitcoin and how Bitcoin trades. That's mostly what is being followed. So sell your Doge now. It'll be 3 cents next October. I ain't selling nothing. Here you go, Turbo. Trump's mouth is a 45% factor. You know, for being the crypto-friendly president, hasn't been very friendly for crypto, has it? Just hasn't worked out that way. Hasn't worked out that way. A quarter for Christmas, $1 when X payments launch between Christmas and New Year's. Joseph is very positive. Very positive. 25 cents for Christmas, $1 when X payments launch. That is very positive, right? Once dead, that is positive. But that's like doubling over the next week. For why? I don't know. But it is positive. DCA for the win. Mar says just keep buying on the dips, right? You just keep buying. We don't know where this thing is going. But for those that say Doge is dead, I say still the 9th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Still the number 9. Not dead. It's just going on some dips. Just some dips. $20 billion market cap for Dogecoin. Still. They did reset the circulating supply back to 152 billion Doge. They did that. So I'm glad they did that because I think that's the correct number. But anywho, we all need to think positive. The way things are going now, it would not surprise me if by this time next year, Dogecoin reaches above 76 cents. Doge will run when it runs. And that's it. And you just got to be ready. You just have to be ready. It better get busy if it's going to do that. I know, right? 25 cents by Christmas. Hey, What kind of make-believe land is this? Hey, people have their predictions. Whatever. Yo, Art Biabsi, how are you? We have a sale going on. With all the good news and massive buying and we still go down, what needs to be done for it finally to go up? It's waiting and heard nothing. It's when we hear something for Dogecoin. There's a lot of stuff out there about what's going on behind the scenes, and we just have to wait and be patient. I know it's hard, especially when you see those big red candles like we saw yesterday morning. Just ouch. Total manipulation of the market, taking out hundreds of millions of dollar leverage. You know that. It's just rinse and repeat. It's like, where are they getting all that money? Well, those are the leverage traders, right? That have won a lot of times in the past. This market, they're not winning. And they're trying to revenge trade, and then they get beat again. It's been tough for them. What even is a Tron? Exactly. But yet, it seems to hold strong when the rest of the market is going down. Buy now, keep for 6 to 10 years. At least 4 more years and see what happens in 2028, right? But then we're going to have all the FUD about, 2 years is going to be the FUD about the midterm elections. And then in 4 years, it's going to be the next presidential election. And we're going to go through this all again. But that's a long time from now, isn't it? It is what it is, but it ain't what it ain't. Team Doge. Doge $1 next year. Mark this, okay? Grinixify. Tom Petty said it. The waiting is the hardest part. It's hard to sing like him. CZ stirring his cup of tea. I know his post the other day, he was very bullish. And I'm just like, all right, CZ, let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. I know some of you want to buy lower, right? On dips, but I'm at the point, like, I'd be perfectly fine if it went back up to 30 cents. I'd be perfectly fine. Whoa, ping. I had that turned up. I hope that didn't hurt your ears. Ping. What am I going to do? I'm going to do both. First, I'm going to sell whatever I have at a loss at the end of the year for tax loss harvesting. Then I'm going to buy back on dips. And I don't know when those dips are going to hit for sure. I could wait until September 5th, which is my target date. September 5th, you're going to be hearing all about that on January 1st when I make my 2026 Dogecoin price prediction. You're going to hear about September 5th. That'll be coming on January 1st. That's only 2 weeks away. Can you believe I'm making a new year prediction for Dogecoin in just 2 weeks' time? Do you know what my number one video was in the year 2025? Most viewed video was my 2025 price prediction. So yeah, can't wait. 2026 price prediction coming. Yeah, I give you guys little hints here for being here. We will be here in 4 years. How about them Spurs? Man, Wemby does look good, doesn't he? He just comes back and just like nothing happened. I can't wait to see him live, Ryan. I can't wait to see him live. I want to see that Wemby fella. If you dream, it will happen. Elon Musk sounds like an aftershave. Ping. I'm not a huge Tom Petty fan, but the fella didn't make one bad song. Yeah, you just kind of had to get used to his singing, though. Once you got used to it and you got over, how like carrying a tune was kind of tough for him. Good songs. Good songs. Breakdown. Go ahead and give it to you. Breakdown. 2026 PP preview. So Turbo, yeah. The way it's going, Doge might hit $1 in time for me to pay for my nursing home stay. A friend of mine were actually in a discussion over the weekend about you save all this money your whole life, right? And then you go into retirement, and what do you spend it all on? What do you spend it on? You spend it on insurance, right? You spend it on medical bills. You spend it on prescriptions. That's where all your money goes. You work and you save for 40 plus years, and then you spend it all on insurance, medical bills, and prescriptions. And I'm like, I'm so not looking forward to that. Can you believe that we're at the end of 2025 here? We got 2 weeks left. Went way too fast. Yes. Now, if you follow Raul Paul's new thinking, because we never got the banana zone, right? We never got the banana zone, did we? Now it's the IMSF or whatever it is, right? It's some business cycle thing that goes till April or May, right? The business cycle. You got the business cycle with continuing rate cuts, maybe, M2 money supply, stimmy checks, or tax relief, or whatever that's going to be. I don't know. Did I sell any crypto? Yeah, back in January. Back in January, the last time I sold crypto. I mean, I did some little things here and there through the summer, but the big one was 85% of my crypto was sold in January. And I'm getting ready to sell whatever I have left that's in a loss in the next 2 weeks for tax loss harvesting, which I talked about last week during the epic crypto tax live stream. If you have any questions about crypto taxes, go watch that from last week. It was a banger. Another year with Kriss. 2026. It's going to be awesome. Yay. Yay. Bear market. Yay. Or maybe business cycle, extended cycle, super cycle. You're going to spend your stimmy check on wild women? Go for it. In 4 years, we will be Kriss's neighbors. Hey, it's good to have a plan, right? Ryan, it's good to have a plan. It's good to have a plan. But what if I'm not in Boston in 4 years? Chuck E. Cheese. What if I'm not in Boston in 4 years? Then what are you going to do? Maybe old, but you're getting sexier every day. I love that thinking. I love it. 2 weeks left for X money. Now, Elon may say, well, we did launch it in 2025, but internally. Since 2020, time feels sped up. I know. Isn't that crazy? Kriss better give us a welcome basket like his neighbors did for him. I would do that. I would do that. Come on, Xmas pump. The X Money Xmas, the Santa rally. Do we have it in us? Yep, got to go watch that tax video. Crypto taxes. I pay 0% tax. There's a lot of people that are in that bucket. I pay a lot of taxes this year. It's going to be ugly. Ugly. We moving to Florida then. Yep. Moving to Florida. Would you do that? Would you like to come down to Florida, Ryan? It's probably where I'm going to be. Florida. It's so freaking cold here. Like every year, the cold weather up here just gets to me more and more. And I'm just like, man. Kriss might not like us degens moving in next door. No, I'd love it. Every time Doge goes up, we'll be hearing this, "Ooh, Doge!" All the other neighbors will be like, what is wrong with those people? I know, I'm getting winter weather already. We've had the coldest December already. The first half of December is the coldest in like 20 years or 30 years. It just, snow on the ground already. Just like, The good thing about being a loser is I don't have any crypto tax to pay. I will move wherever you are. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too. But could do with Doge pumping first. Do I want to trade? Yes. I'll trade. I'll be in San Diego. No problem, Nick. No problem. If I move to any place warm, it'd be Texas or the Zona, not Zona. I'm not moving to Zona. No. The desert. No, I lived in Las Vegas for a while. Not doing it. I can't do that. I need the water. Still wearing shorts in December. I can't wait. I can't wait. We'll have a block party. Exactly. That would be fun. It is like spring here this year. Most years we would have a foot of snow. It's cold here. Colorado, you like Colorado? Can we just all agree? Well, I'm going to be in Florida in 4 years. I guaranteed. So I'll make fries for your block party. Should be pretty good within the next 4 years. Okay, Gappy's bringing the fries. Doge to 0.003. Now that's some crazy talk there. Sorry. Where is that global warming? I know, right? Remember that? The big global warming? Not happening. Yeah, I've heard about the big rains out in Washington. See you once dead. Have an awesome day yourself. Still wearing shorts. I would be freezing. They better be moon fries. Of course. Gappy's moon fries. Yeah, I wouldn't move to California. No. No. The Doge fries with the moon sauce. That's good too. That is good too. So if we go to this other Doge chart here, and we zoom out to the weekly, we get a really clear picture, right? Without all of my mess on it, right? And we start to wonder, like, you know, these big pumps, right? We had that one at the end of 2022, right? We had that big pump. Then we had this one at the beginning of 2024, right? We had that big pump. And then we had the massive one in November, right? 2024. And everybody was like, yeah, well, the next one's going to be even bigger, right? Well, no. But we were at least starting on this move, right? Which was the big move, which was going to be the big move up. Again, started in April. We had the big spike in May, had the next big spike in July, had the next big spike in September. So every other month we were seeing higher highs and higher lows. And all of that was working great. It was like, dude, what is wrong with the market? Because it was looking like things were going well. Early October, we had Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. And then we had the flash crash right there. And that flash crash right there is what changed the entire market. It was like the blow off top that we had for Bitcoin, right? 126,200. Oh, sorry. Back. But for Doge, it was just down. That is not good. And that looks quite bearish. And that's what we've got. So that's the market we have, looking very bearish. So when Doge rehit 30 cents here, that first week of September, life was good. We were expecting a higher high, and it didn't happen. So, yeah, that Friday when we were here live and we saw this happen live, changed the whole market. Again, it took me a couple weeks to figure out that Bitcoin and the 50-week moving average, right? Once it fell below the 50-week moving average, and again, that was the week of November 10th. So it was 1 month after the October 10th. That's when I was convinced bear market. Now, doesn't mean we can't have the relief rally, and here's the 50-week moving average coming around. And typically what we've seen in the past, again, it doesn't foretell the future, but typically what we see is a pump back up to the 50-week moving average as a relief rally, and then we bounce lower lows, lower highs deep into the bear market. That's typically what we've seen. We are not getting a relief rally right now. That is not happening yet. One thing that can save that is, again, this green big arrow here, which is Dogecoin, and that would be Dogecoin with X money. So that would be the X money pump. Now, maybe it ends up only being the proposed relief rally up to 20 cents, but I was like 30 cents more in store, which now is more than doubling the price of Dogecoin from here to get to 30 cents. And that's the market we have right now. So the magnet is still up here at 30 cents. I'm not moving it, down. It's still there. So we keep this as a target for that kind of move. All the little hints that Elon has been giving, is he just playing games or is there something behind it? We will find out. So that's me catching up on all of those things since people were asking. Strange day, that October 10th. Yeah, we were going penny by penny, weren't we, Compo? That was good. I enjoyed that. Tron is strong. Definitely in a bear market or bearish, Tron holds pretty well because Tron gets used. It gets used for all of the stuff going on the Tron network. So that's Trump. Binance crashed crypto. That's what happened on October 10th. Yes, Nick. Or weird stuff. A relief rally, Yeely. Yes, I still believe there will be a relief rally. X money, come on. Doge, please. Nigel has Doge, Tron, ADA. It's not bad. ADA's been getting, ADA's 38 cents. ADA's been getting killed here on this pullback. That's not good. I mean, you're getting little Bart Simpsons, but they're lower and lower and lower. Not good for ADA. And of course, a lot of money was flowing out of ADA into that Knight token, whatever it is that Charles created, Knight token. So a lot of that came out of his precious ADA. So we have that. Maybe the relief rally has a January mood. Maybe. We've seen it. 2022, we saw a relief rally. Nigel says it'll all go back up eventually. Yeah, it all depends on when you bought, Nick. Like I played that video earlier in the live stream of Ben Cowan, yes, Lord Cowan, into the cryptoverse. For those that weren't here then, I played that earlier. And he basically said, look, in the bull cycle that's now over, right? He's like, we're in a bear market. The bull cycle that is over, you didn't make your money buying in early 2025. Definitely not. You're behind. You've lost money since then, right? But if you bought like 2024, let's say right before the election, you did okay. But if you bought really at the bottom, end of 2022, early 2023, you made money. And that's when I was buying most of mine. So we wait for those signals to happen again. Because in a typical bear market, you're going to get a big pullback. I wouldn't mind buying 9-cent Dogecoin again. Will it go lower? It might. We don't know. Bitcoin, 69K. That's my target. 69K. You're popping in there, R. How are you? Waves go in and out. We've been built for it. It will go up, but just got to be, it's bleak looking now. Yep. Nick says, just got to wait. It's not the end. All of that's true. You're scared of taxes? They are what they are. You just build it in. I'm paying huge taxes on April 15th. But I made a lot, so I have to pay the taxes. You bought early in the election pump, but then didn't sell any because we all thought it was going to go higher. I was ready to sell my next bunch at like 50 cents, and it made 48, and I was close. Was I greedy? Maybe. Maybe. The charts were telling me 50-cent Dogecoin, right? Half a dollar. It was so close. I was ready to take that next slice at 50 cents. And it didn't happen. But it is what it is. Yeah, Friday, Bank of Japan, RR. Now it's going to front run on Thursday, right? You know that, right? We're going to have the front running of the Bank of Japan announcement. Most likely that is coming. Hey, Joshua, how are you? Long-term conviction. That's good. Glad to have you here, Nick. I mean, when it comes to the crypto market, right, you already know from the start, you're buying into something that's risky, right? You know that. You've heard it a million times. It's risky. And despite the overall 4-year cycles, crypto still tends to do the opposite of what you expect. And this year, we got kicked in the nuts. We really did. We got kicked in the nuts here in 2025. So, yep, if you expect something to happen in the crypto market, you can pretty much expect it's going to do the opposite. It's all risky, right, Ryan? Remember when I played that quote and then I got a copyright strike? No, I didn't get a strike. I got a claim, copyright claim, and blocked in like half the countries of the world. So I had to go in and I had to delete that section of that live stream. It's all risky. Nope, it was risky for me to play it. In rig too, yes. The Bank of Jasmine time. Jasmine's not looking so great either. Speaking of Jasmine, 006 now. It did dip down into the 005s yesterday afternoon. 00579. Ouch for Jasmine. Got a buying opportunity. Is it going to go lower? That we wait and see. Hey, Matt, I think the bear market will be shortened, maybe 1 to 1.5 years instead of the full 4. Well, no, the bear market is usually only 1 year. The bear is only 1 year. And then it turns back around. 2022 was the bear market year. 2023, Bitcoin is going back up. So the bear market, just 1 year. And I'm kind of on a 3-year, 11-month thing. That's why I'm saying September is going to be the bottom. I'm front running it by a month. But we'll see. Big 4U49 likes to gamble. Good luck. Likes to gamble. I thought it odd it's not already priced in, but apparently some people are waiting for the sentiment direction. No, the markets are manipulated, RR. They're going to take out the shorts before the Bank of Japan announcement, and we're going to get another Bart Simpson. It's probably going to go up tomorrow, Wednesday. The typical day when we get most of our gains are on Wednesdays. So on Wednesday, price is going to go up. They're going to take out some shorts. And then Thursday night, the Bank of Japan is going to make their announcement and the price is going to dump. And yet another Bart Simpson pattern will be on our hands. Most likely. I don't know about that highest IQ guy. I don't know about him. What's his angle, right? He's not really endorsing Doge, right? He had that one tweet about wants to be like part of the foundation or something. And it's just like, what? What is this guy doing? So, yeah, I don't get it. Kriss Kaminsky, goal achieved. 1 million Dogecoin. Awesome, Kriss. 1 million Doge. That is awesome. Turbo, I'm tired of all the YouTube lies. Now I only watch Kriss, Tom, and if I'm bored enough, maybe a few minutes of Martin. Yeah, I don't know who Martin is, but and Tom is fun to watch on all of his technical analysis stuff. I mean, he's fun to watch. I don't believe in half the stuff that he does because I don't really do TA stuff, but I still like to watch it. Hey, Goose, what have I done? Yep, it's all on me. No, I just wasn't here the past 2 days, and the market tanked, and so it's blame Kriss because I didn't have live streams. So chunk, they're like, oh, Kriss didn't have a live stream. Let's dump the market. Right? Yep, I'll take that. What do I mean by front running? That means they're going to pump the price. They're going to pump the price before dumping it again. That's what I mean. Front running it. Those pesky market makers. Wouldn't it already be a bear market? Yeah. Doge has been in a bear market for quite some time now. But the overall crypto bear market is on the backs of Bitcoin. I'd rather have diamond hands and patience than panicking with paper hands. I like that, Josh. The high IQ guy is only claiming he's high IQ. And I saw his IQ was actually on his X handle. It was just like, what? This guy's so full of himself. He says some clever stuff sometimes, but also sounds like a midwit. Awesome. Martin Lucas. I don't know Martin Lucas. I don't know. Martin Lucas. Martin Lucas, investor. Martin Lucas. The jobs report. He's giving away $2,000 in XRP on New Year's Eve.
The moment has arrived for our biggest ever giveaway. Just a short while ago, we gave away $1,000, and then we announced we'd give away another $1,000, would increase it by $1, and then give you some prizes. Well, now we decided to go even better.
I already don't like him. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't like that. He's had some big videos, 42,000, 35,000, 32,000, 25,000. So yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's got 107,000 subs, so he's over 100K. He's really big into XRP, isn't he? XRP and NVIDIA. Those are most of his big, XRP. Yeah. He's full of himself. Yeah. I can tell. I can tell. Yeah, I think I'll take a pass on old Martin Lucas. I'll take a pass. IQ 276 verified by entities. Whatever. Didn't you learn last time? Never leave us. Well, I'm going to have to set a new schedule for live streaming. I have to do that. I did leave the live stream up for everyone at one time. Yes, I did. And there were ghosts. I left the house and there were ghosts. Hashtag we know who to blame. Yeah. More like the market breakers than the market makers. True, Ron. He's an Englishman who lives in Texas. His streams are long, not very informative. Can't believe that I've experienced life without Kriss for 2 days. I made videos. I had a video Monday morning. Did you watch the video? It's not the same, right? Not the same. That was a Google search thing about that guy? Sounds like a good idea. $2,000. But make it Dogecoin. Oh, he's accurate. Oh, is someone being summoned? The summoning is out there. Is the Dogecoin bear market only lasting a year? There's the whole entire crypto market. Yeah, it's the crypto market. Now, Dogecoin can go on pumps, as I've said, on its own, depending on its own news, but yeah. Not informative in that he tells you he has big news, but talks for 3 hours before he gives it. Like Alex Jones, but he doesn't yell like an idiot. Are the Doge 10,000% gains over? 10,000, that's a pretty big percentage. But 100x still in the cards. Oh, somebody else being summoned. Well, you know, that's someone else right there, Ryan. He does watch the live streams. He does the rewatch, and he comments on exactly the time when he is mentioned in the comments. So we will see. I blame Kriss for giving me something to look forward to watch each morning. The morning coffee. Yeah, the morning videos are good because they just get right to the point, right? In 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever it is, I like sum up everything that I see. I like that. Special message? Oh, no Monday stream. Wait, was there a special message somewhere? I did say I wasn't streaming on Monday at some point in time. The pingers are like so quiet right now. There's nothing happening. Looks like they're taking out Pippin a little bit in the stupid truth token. But that Pippin thing, that went on a crazy run, didn't it? I wouldn't be buying this thing. I would not be buying this thing. Oh, big dump this morning. Wow, look at that. That was quite the sell-off. There was some big profit taking going on this morning, huh? Look at that. And I think it's going to keep falling. Now this is in the hands of the market makers. Retail's done their thing. They pumped it up. They sold. Market makers took over, took out all of the longs, and then brought it back up, right? Take out the new shorts. Wow. Pippin. Bitcoin's still grinding up slowly, trying to get back in its brown box. Doge, yeah, we're a ways away. A ways away. Tesla hit 490. Elon just, made another $1 billion, right? Made another $1 billion. When the next 100x? When the next 100x? If it drops to 10 cents, right? If it drops to 10 cents, if it goes to $1, that's a 10x, right? So it'd have to go to $10, right? That would be tough. Yeah, maybe 10x more is in the cards, but not 100x from here. We'd have to have it go back to below a penny. And then from a penny to $1, right? That's what we'd need. It's the Scottie Pippen. That's what that token is. It's the Scottie Pippen token. Oh, God. I knew he was into crypto. He made his own token, or did somebody make it for him and pump it? Now, I'm definitely not touching that. Wow. Yeah, I think the Trump address is going to be all about himself. All the great things he did in 2025, and then outlining some kind of plan for 2026, half of which is just going to be bullshit. You know, it's just going to be that. So, yeah. If it ever goes to a penny, I will rob and steal, buy more. Yeah, that's why it's not going to go that low. Because there'll be a lot of people doing that before it gets that low. So, yeah. All right, gang, that's what we've got. Hey, look. We're starting to grind up from the Monday dip. So we'll see whether that continues. We'll be live again tomorrow. So we'll watch for that. Of course, have a video in the morning. I hope everyone has a great and fabulous Tuesday evening. And the Dancing Doge. Awesome. Have a good night. Bye.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.